All right, got it. Let me hit done right there, and I got it. All righty, man. Got it. All right, y'all. Peace and greetings to y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco in Northwestern Mexico. How are you? Guys, welcome to our 7 Medical Astro Weather Report. And we're going in on from the 29th February 2024 until the 6th March 2024. Since this is a quote unquote leap year according to the Gregorian calendar, it's why there's 29th that we're going in on this year. Alrighty. And joining us by audio only, that's new, his brother Sean Lee Mel. Alrighty. Let's get right into this. Let me go and share the screen. Alrighty, guys. So we're here. Let me see if is it catching up yet. Let's see. What is it doing there? Okay. What you want to be over here, man? Jump out my lap. All right. So we're here for 7HealStar Astro calendar, March, Aries 2023 to February, Pisces 2024. Time never was when man was not. We're quoting El Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali on religious corporate activity, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All right. And the moon cycle that we're looking at has the air sign Aquarius, which is the water bearer, anciently ruled by Saturn, contemporarily co-ruling is Uranus. And in the same month is the water sign Pisces, the fish, anciently ruled by Jupiter, contemporarily co-ruling is Neptune. All right. And we are looking at the 29th, where we're getting started. I will start out there. I have those 6 transits I will go in on as going in. Also, as you guys know, we're coming off a 30-hour and 48-minute void of course moon. The moon will ingress Scorpio tonight at 2200 hours and 9 minutes Eastern. That's 10:09 post meridian Eastern. All right, adjust your time zones accordingly. Right now, Luna is still void of course, finishing out its 30-hour and 48-minute void of course. All right. So we're going on those 6 transits there while Luna is continuing its transit through Scorpio. All righty. And then for the moon cycle that has the water sign Pisces, the fish, anciently ruled by Jupiter, contemporary co-ruler is Neptune, right? Also in that moon cycle is Aries, fire sign, the ram, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Mars, all right? And for the first, Brother Sean will be going in on that one for those 4 transits as Luna continues its transit through Scorpio. Then also here, we're seeing on the 2nd, it is I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey, go in on that one. We have a moon void of course for 6 hours and 39 minutes on the 2nd on Saturday. And then, Luna will ingress Sagittarius at about 56 minutes after 0800 hours. Then on the 3rd, right, we're looking at the 3rd quarter moon, and there are 6 transits there. Brother Sean will go in on. For the 4th, it is I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey. We see we have another moon void of course at 0500 hours and 35 minutes, and Luna will ingress Capricorn at 15 minutes after 1600 hours Eastern. For the 5th, Brother Sean Lee Mel for those 3 transits while Luna continues its transit through Capricorn. And then on the 6th, I'll be closing it out with those 4 transits and a lunar ingress into Aquarius after its 5-hour and 3-minute void of course. Guys, remember that moon void of course is buyer's remorse. So make no major decisions or major transactions on those days. All righty. That's the whole key and idea to that. All right. This handsome little Manson is trying to get to everything on my desk. I'm just going to back up a little bit sometimes. Okay. Just trying to get to everything. All right. So with that being said, let's get this, guys. I don't know. This might be because it's a certain way I like my lives to run. And this might be the last one that we do like this. And you guys might just be seeing me just present from here on out, guys, because it's a certain way I want to do and run things. So with that being said, let's knock this on out. All right. Stop screen share here. All righty. So let me go and screen share over here. All righty. Let's see. Screen share is loading, it says. All righty. Come on, finish loading then. Let's knock that out. Oh, okay. Guess we got to do that one over, huh? Let's try it again. Say it's connecting. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All righty. Well, I guess while we're waiting on this, ultimately, guys, I can really give the transits what the energies look like just off the calendar alone. Not really sure what's taking place with the computer right now, but it is what it is. Let's see what's taking place here. It says it is connected. That's right. All right. Come on. Let's try this again then. See what we got going on here. Looks like I got visual. Now let's get the screen share up and running. Very interesting. Maybe what I'll do then, guys, is I'll just do some quick I'll just do some quick brief testimonies. Right? And on those brief testimonies, what I will further do is with those brief testimonies, what I'll do is just give you guys an idea of what's to come, just utilizing the that's interesting that the computer's not connecting. It's all good though. Interessante. All right. Let's start it over. Let's do this one more time. Gotta disconnect and reconnect to the internet. Well, it actually stopped. It stopped connection actually. But I'll just do this on my own where the people can see me. I'm doing most of the work myself anyway. So. Yeah, I'm live. Boom. So multiple, got that. All righty. I think I got it now. Let's see if the screen share will work now, guys. Let's see. I think I'm good here now. All righty. Then let me go back to my calendar here. So I can actually see what the next transit is, but you guys will be able to see me as I'm sharing this with you. Let me turn this camera off here though. All right. So with that being said, I am ready. Let me zoom that in. All righty, guys. So just giving brief testimony here. Because I already do a lot of work in giving elaborate testimonies, guys. And so I just want to give you the quick and easies, so to speak, and just kind of just, do a practice in putting things in layman's terms. Let's practice doing that, right? Because, maybe that's, I don't know. Do you guys prefer layman's terms? Let me know. I'm curious to know. Is that what you prefer? Do you prefer layman's terms, or do you appreciate the technicality in the things that, I say? I'm very curious to know if you guys appreciate it. All right. So let's see. All righty. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All righty, Brother Derek. Mother Jim Glash out says peaceful greetings. Mother Sahar says peaceful greetings to everyone. Brother Derek Glash Bay says peaceful greetings to everyone. Mother Janelle Glash out says, oh, look at the baby. And she says, hi. Mother Sahar says, adorable. Yes. It's a little guy who's like, no, I don't want to go nowhere else, but I want to be here. So that's always amazing, right? Handsome little guy. All right. So with that being said, let's get it. What? Come on. Let's go. All right. Ready? He's like, I want to touch everything. All righty. So, guys, sunrise is taking place at about 44 minutes and 10 seconds after 0600 hours. Right. With that being said, I'm seeing it's 10 degrees Pisces, 23 minutes. That's Capricorn degree, guys. So with Leo being on the sixth house cusp, I really think that this is where we can really allow ourselves to see what our, bring to light. Even maybe there's some scheduling that we're going to be doing as far as looking at the discipline to our everyday activities, right? I think the next transit is Luna and Pluto. They're going to be quartile, of course. There's a 90-degree aspect between them that's a brewing. However, it's going to be 32 minutes after midnight. So what I'm seeing here. So we're going to go previous. All right. Luna's there in Scorpio at 1 degree. Pisces, 12 minutes. Already. And we know that being square to Pluto at 1 degree, 12 minutes. They're in Aquarius. However, that's in the third house. So we know, the second house. So that we know that 11 and 2 are 4 houses apart. So with that being said, it has this aligning energy of, home energy. And if we were to keep it short and simple, Pluto is about inheritance. Moon is about home. The square gives challenges or being able to overcome obstacles. So this is where we can, when we're at home, we can get over the obstacles, pertaining to our inheritance. And what is that? Maybe there's, conversations with loved ones that can be had, or maybe getting over an obstacle that may have been set, by loved ones, maybe discussing things that are a bit different, right? So with that being said, moving forward, Mercury is, now you want to go back to mommy now? Okay. Now I want to go back to mommy. We have Mercury and Jupiter sextile, right? So with Mercury here, he's like, he's not letting me touch everything. Mommy, he's not letting me touch the keyboard and stuff. So Mercury and Jupiter, alrighty, are next at 4:53 a.m. They Mercury and Jupiter are sextile, right? Oh yeah. Now you want to come back? I know, right? So, with that being said, right? Mercury is, and this is taking place, it says 0400 hours, 52 minutes, and 52 seconds. Mercury is there at 11 degrees, Pisces, 13 minutes. All right. And Jupiter is there at 11 degrees, 13 minutes in Taurus. Respectively, they are in the second and third houses. Oh, pardon me, the first and third houses. I know that first house is kind of stacked. Pluto, Mars. We see here, let me get my cursor. Pluto, Mars, Venus, Saturn, Sun, and Mercury are all in the first house. Pretty stacked first house. So if we kept it simple, Mercury is communication. Jupiter is higher learning. And so this is where we can find a harmony and opportunity in communicating the values in higher learning, right? Yes, baby, exactly. That's what I was saying. All right. And so next, we have Luna. All right. Luna is trine Saturn. All righty. So a Luna trine Saturn is taking place next. Luna trine Saturn is taking place next. All right. That's happening at 1700 hours, 51 minutes and 37 seconds, where Luna and Saturn will be trying. And again, it's for the 29th February 2024. Luna's there in the third house here in the third house. Luna's at 9 degrees, Scorpio, 54 minutes. And Saturn, of course, which is what the trine is with, correct? 9 degrees, 54 minutes in Pisces. However, in the sixth house, we see that they are 4 houses apart. So this is where, where we can have our home essentials secured. So securing one's home essentials. Maybe there's some things you got to get from, the store for yourself. Maybe there's some essential things that you need. Maybe also there's some things pertaining to the home that you can do. Maybe there's some bit of cleaning. Maybe you want to sweep and mop. All right. There you go, baby. All right. So after that, we have the Sun trine Moon. All right. Sun and Moon trine. All right. Yes, baby. Sun and Moon trine. All right. And that's taking place at 1900 hours, 52 minutes, and 22 seconds. They are both at 10 degrees, 56 minutes. Except the moon is in the second house in Scorpio, and the sun is in the sixth house in Pisces, right? So there's about to be you see the moon made aspect to Saturn, then it's going to be Sun. Next is Mercury, and then Neptune, right? I guess is that reflection to Jupiter is going to happen first before it makes its trine to Mercury, right? However, here, guys, is where we can really find a way to creatively express ourselves every day, right? Creatively expressing those values, alrighty, that can be securing and nurturing to children, alrighty. So find a secure way, right, or a nurturing way to communicate values or your self-expression, express your values, to maybe even create a daily manner, so to speak, right? A daily way of looking at something. And most people just call that, good impression, home training, whatever, you want to call it. As far as daily routine, you can look at daily routine. Sometimes sixth house just isn't, work, pets, health, things of that nature. One thing about daily routine, it's, in this case, when we're looking at this, is just an opportunity for us to have some harmony and, creatively expressing the values for everyday life, especially in a nurturing way to the youth. All right. So next we have Luna and Jupiter are in reflection. All right. And that's happening at 2000 hours, 39 minutes, and 43 seconds. All right. So we see that they are in the second and eighth houses. Right. Well, you know what's interesting? Yeah, second and eighth houses, right? Luna and Jupiter. And the reflection energy is being able to kind of balance and reflect. That's how I like to look at it. So, the values of how you relate to being and how you expand those values in relating to others, it's really reflected in one's own self value, right? It's reflected in your own subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind, right, can really have a way in a real kind of like behind the scenes fashion of, you know, being able to get along with the group by actually reflecting on how one values whom they're interacting with. So here, I think this is where, if there's a group activity and you have to participate in a group activity, whether it's a small group or a large group, I think here's where you'll find those that you get along with and be able to share and reflect really on one's own values and the values of the collective of that moment. All right. So next we have that Luna Mercury trine, right? And they're at 12 degrees, 40 minutes each. Luna's here in the 12th house in Scorpio, and Mercury's here in the 4th house in Pisces. Alrighty. So here is where, when the people are finding a way to, get closure, all right, being able to get closure, especially in like the ending of like a contract, or like there was a portion that was complete already. And so that closure is taking place where what's being communicated, maybe some other things that were hidden or unspoken. And here's where, what can be possessed, what can be one's property, in comprehending the mindset, can be harmoniously grasped here. 12 degrees is a Piscean degree, the moon's in the 12th house in Scorpio. So it could speak to, even maybe some secrets being revealed, something being unveiled, or maybe something someone didn't know, right? And those secrets can be unveiled, all right? So with that being said, going to the next calendar, the 2024 to 2025 calendar, right? And for the next sunrise, let's get that going. For the 1st March 2024, sunrise is taking 42 minutes and 43 seconds. It's going to take place 42 minutes and 43 seconds after 0600 hours. As we can see from near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, sun's at 11 degrees Pisces, 23 minutes. Alrighty, we know 11 degrees is an Aquarian degree. So, we can see that we can, bring light, of course, to astrology and the daily service that's provided. So schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session with our brother Hasan Bay. Make sure you join TUPAC. So be a good day to do it, especially before Luna goes void, of course, on the 2nd. All right. 7 minutes after midnight, we have Luna and we have Mars square. All right, so there's a lunar Martian quartile taking place 7 minutes after midnight. Luna's there, 13 degrees, Scorpio, 5 minutes. Mars is at 13 degrees, Aquarius, 5 minutes. Respectively, they're in the 12th and 3rd houses, again, 4th house energy, property, right? So see if we found something about property. Something can be communicated, right? And honestly, something actively shared in the communication about property that will allow one to be able to kind of comprehend some things that took place behind the scenes, or even in contractual situations, there will be some closure, or some isolated issue pertaining to the home can be comprehended as far as the behind the scene workings pertaining to that particular transit, as far as that issue is concerned. All right. So then after that, we have a solar Jupiterian sextile. All right. That's taking place next. 11 degrees, 24 minutes in Pisces, where Sol is. Jupiter's at 11 degrees Taurus, 24 minutes in the second house, 3 houses apart. Here's where, we can allow our self-expression, especially when we communicate, to expound upon maybe even some things about agriculture. Maybe there'll be something that you guys have come across. You can actually get an aha moment about gardening. All right. So that's one way that this energy can be utilized. And again, I'm just giving quick testimonies, just very quick and fast flash testimonies, right? What I called it, among other things that I've given title to here. Let's see. And next is we're Luna Venusian square taking place. 0800 hours, 8 minutes, and 32 seconds. Luna's there, 17 degrees Scorpio, 10 minutes. All right. Venus is 17 degrees Aquarius, 10 minutes. So we're looking at that square that's taking place there. They're in signs antitia to each other. So here, when it comes to people and fine foods, I think here is where what can be shared and related. Maybe there's like a potluck energy. Maybe it's just even recipes that are shared. And in sharing these recipes, I think people will find other ways of being able to do what it is that they can do. Maybe even if it's dealing with music, recipes of how to actually approach production, mixing and mastering, right? I know that's something that even today, last couple of days, I've been experiencing myself. And so I see even more here. This is where something may be taking place pertaining to this wave of energy that's happening, looking like 5 houses apart from each other, of course, 11 houses, 5th to the 7th. And so here we can be able, people can be able to relate things that they are, that they do behind the scenes, and be able to express themselves and share those values, all right, especially with the group, pertaining to what they've collected as far as those innovations and things that they are going to share pertaining to whatever, field it is, whether it's culinary arts or music or anything else, right? So next we have Luna and Uranus reflecting, right? All righty. So excuse me. And this is taking place 53 minutes afternoon, 52 seconds and 52 minutes and 56 seconds afternoon. Luna's at 19 degrees, 36 minutes. Uranus is at 19 degrees, 36 minutes in Taurus. So this is Moon in Scorpio, Uranus in Taurus. It's very interesting because in modern astrology, well, traditionally, Luna's at its fall in Scorpio, and Uranus in modern astrology is in its fall in Taurus. So they have a mutual reception by fall in modern astrology terms, so to speak. So what I actually see here, especially with the 5th and 11th house being concerned, 5th house, again, self-expression, children, sex, dating, love, right? 11th house, the group, sharing. Some will say hopes and wishes, maybe even dreams. Uranus being pretty comfortable in the 11th house, even though by modern astrological means it's in its fall sign, even though traditionally in traditional astrology or ancient astrology, Taurus has no planet that has fall in it. However, if we just continue with this is where what can be reflected, the people can actually reflect on what they're seeing on the internet. the value that they're getting from the internet. They're able to see that they're not alone. I think here is people are going to actually having it's going to be a massive unvelation of people recognizing that, you know, they can relate to some things that they thought was just an isolated issue with themselves only, you know, and what they'll see is like, wow, this being is experiencing this also, right? So that's how that goes. All right. You said So next, sunrise for the second is taking place at 0600 hours, 41 minutes and 13 seconds. All righty, sun's at 12 degrees, right? We know 12 degrees is a Piscean degree, and it's in Pisces. So here, when it comes to, you know, maybe even people working in hospitality some way, shape, or form, or hospitals, you know, I trust people can, you know, do the right thing. And I think this is going to be tied to some daily routine within the hospitality field, or even hospitals also, or even where people are working with, you know, doctors' offices, maybe different types of medicine is going to be brought up in this kind of way. Maybe even medical astrology is something that can be, you know, a value that can be paid attention to even on this day. What I'll say most of all, though, however, I think here is where, you know, and it can be medical astrology, especially with Jupiter still at 11 degrees in Taurus. Neptune is there at 26 degrees Pisces. So it's pretty dominant. I'm just thinking, like, overall, when it comes to institutions and the value in those institutions, I think here's where people are going to start evaluating those institutions, whether it's, you know, hospitals, prisons, hotels. I think this is where evaluations are going to take place, or people will, maybe you'll see something even online where people will be giving reviews or their testimony pertaining to maybe an experience with hospitals, prison, or hotels. All right. Handsome. Brad, burying me. Not gonna do that. All right. So before sunrise, of course, we have Luna Neptune trine, actually, right? There's a lunar Neptunian trine that's taking place. All right. So that's happening previous to the sunrise. Luna is there at 26 degrees Scorpio, 47 minutes. Neptune, of course, 26 degrees Pisces, 47 minutes. They're respectively in 11th and 3rd house. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses away. And I think here, even in it, because this is the last aspect Luna makes before going void of course, here, guys, is where we can truly allow ourselves. Oh, yeah. Here is where we can truly allow ourselves to really find harmony, you know, in the group, in group communication. I think here's where meetings taking place, even maybe prior, if there were meetings that took place prior to this transit, I think that meeting will be successful. So any meetings taking place on Friday will be super successful. Things will be well communicated. And also I think also here is where if there's information that needs to be shared and you really want it to be received, I think that Friday would be great. Saturday is just showing when that energy will be exact. And maybe even there will be some lingering energy pertaining to Saturday where people can be able to take on some information, especially as Luna is making its way into Sagittarius, which is all about higher learning and erudition. All right. So Luna goes void of course for 6 hours and 39 minutes. Remember, Moon void of course is buyers or movers, so it's going to be void of course after this, and it will not ingress Sagittarius till about 56 minutes after 0800 hours. Right. So the exact time that that's happening is 0800 hours, 55 minutes and 57 seconds. Luna's here in the 7th house. All right. So if we just kept it simple, singular words, like you guys have the 7HealStar Astro Study poster for those that have it, home, higher learning, relating. So maybe when it comes to things pertaining to curriculums for homeschool, maybe this is where ones could begin to brainstorm or even begin to outline curriculums for homeschool, all right? So with that being said, next we have Luna and Pluto. They are going to sextile, right? Luna and Pluto have a sextile between them. All righty. So Luna is here at 1 degree. Sagittarius, 16 minutes in the 6th house. Pluto's at 1 degree Aquarius, 16 minutes in the 8th. They're 3 houses apart. So communication could be a theme, neighborhood, siblings, right? So at the gist of it all, we can find a way that when it comes to home transformation and siblings, but not only just home transformation between siblings, maybe also when it comes to, shared values, right? Because that's what this is. 8th house is shared values, like joint account energy. And Pluto being, having accidental dignity in the 8th could show even more that there could be this transmutation pertaining to that energy. All right. So when it comes to shared values, especially in astrology, I think that we can be able to find that what's been communicated, especially from a source like myself, all righty, and me bringing together and having something like 7HealStar. However, me continuing in that which I started, we'll be able to see that when we look back on things that were already presented, because in order to kind of see the value in what's been inherited from someone else, you would have to go back and look at their work and what they've done. So if you've seen, the work that I've made sure I've spearheaded to be able to be out there for everyone, to be on the internet forever until I guess they shut down the internet or whatever. Here's where the people will be able to really glean and see the value that has been laid down, especially by someone that they'll probably look at as young or whatever the case may be. So I'm saying that to say that's what that energy there for Luna sextile Pluto is just a growth opportunity to see what the people can inherit, right? So take that opportunity to see what's there, especially what's been given for free, right? We have a sunrise happening on the 3rd, and that sunrise is taking place about 40 minutes after 0600 hours. Let's find that ascendant there. All right. All right. So 0600 hours, 39 minutes and 45 seconds. Look at that. Those are all 9. 6 and 3 is 9. That's 9. 4 and 5 is a 9. Look at that. That's amazing. All right. So with that being said, guys, Sun's here at 13 degrees. 13 degrees is an Aryan degree, right? Relates to Aries as far as degree theory is concerned. 13 degrees Pisces, 23 minutes. The sun is there. All right. So with that being said, what we actually see here is where we can really allow ourselves to have an exalted mindset when it comes to isolation, right? This is where one can really benefit from maybe just going within, doing some breathing exercises, maybe doing a little more research on oneself astrologically, looking for those things that are metaphysically beneficial so that one can actually have a standalone moment in how they are actually viewing themselves and trust that a communication will take place pertaining to their own health. So when it comes to spiritual health, this will be a great day on, and it's interesting how the 3rd is a Sunday. So maybe this will be a day, especially if it's sunny where you are, go and make sure you guys ground, all right? Before sunrise, Luna and Saturn are quartile, right? So a lunar Saturnian quartile is taking place. obviously, of course. About 11 minutes after 0400 hours. 0400 hours, 11 minutes, 26 seconds. Luna's there at 10 degrees. Sagittarius, 12 minutes. Saturn's there at 10 degrees. Pisces, 12 minutes. Very interestingly how both of them traditionally are under the dispositorship of Jupiter here, right? In the fourth, and that means Jupiter's under the dispositorship of Venus right here, which Venus is under the dispositorship of Saturn. So it's back to Saturn being final dispositor. I think here is where, you know, the people can find a way to really institute structure when it comes to their higher learning lessons. Here's where people will commit, so to speak, just a bit, could commit to a surefire way of you know, getting their studies complete, making sure they're organizing actually that which pertains to their studies. All right. So after that, we have a Venusian Uranian quartile. That's pretty interesting, right? Venusian Uranian quartile. All right. And so, you know, Venus, just quick keywords, values relating. The quartile, the square is, you know, being able to overcome obstacles or a challenge to overcome obstacles, or another keyword is stimulating, right? So maybe our values are stimulated by new information poured out, right? Because we can look at Uranus's new information, even though it's sharing. So maybe the values in relating are stimulated by something shared. All righty. And that's really what this is. Just generally looking at that energy, Venus being here at 19 degrees, Aquarius, 39 minutes, of course, in the 11th house. All righty. And Uranus at 19 degrees, 39 minutes, Taurus, already in the first house. So that's 3 houses away. And like I said, it's going to be something, you know, stimulated in the communication. You know, you may have an aha moment, you may have an unrevelation, especially by something being shared, and you'll be able to see that you can relate to the value that is coming from that. All right. Next, we have the Sun quartiling Luna. This is the 3rd quarter moon. All right, so we'll keep that quartile. And this is taking place about 23 minutes after 1000 hours. So 1000 hours, 23 minutes and 15 seconds. Luna there at 13 degrees Sagittarius, 32 minutes. And the Sun, 13 degrees Pisces, 32 minutes. All right. And it's in the 11th house. Luna's here in the 7th. Another 7-11 energy here. So when it comes to the creativities of self-expression in relationships, what the people can actually find that they'll be able to maybe seemingly relate in some foreign affairs that will really shine the light on how things are instituted by leadership. So this is where ones can be creative in their relationships with leadership in institutions, right? You coming or no? Come on. So being creative that way. Brother Tyro says, peace and love, everyone. I went to the channel an hour ago and I'm still late. It's all good, man. I was taking up on another class, man, and I was you know, wanting to be early, but I was like, and then I had to fix and do the calendar. So yeah, a lot of times I'm just doing multiple things, doing many different things, making sure people, some way, shape, or form, you know, will further support, right? And when they support, they are, you know, sending their cash app accordingly, right? To further support. Good, man. Got the frosted flake, bro. Like, all right. So, all right, moving on, right? Since I can't do it with that hand, right? Now moving on, Luna is sextiling Mars here. So Luna and Mars has that growth opportunity, right? Sextile can be looked at as growth opportunity there, right? What, man? You can pull in daddy's hair. All right, so let's look at what we actually have here. Boom shakalaka. All righty, 1,300 hours, 11 minutes, and 13 seconds. Look at that. Almost looks mirrored. If that's at 31 seconds, that would be such a palindrome in the timing there. Nah, man, you can't touch that keyboard. All right, put you on this side now until you like, hey, man. All right, Luna, 15 degrees Sagittarius, 3 minutes. All righty. Mars, 15 degrees Aquarius, 3 minutes. Respectively, they are in the 5th and 8th houses. All righty, so 4 houses away. So here, I think people are going to be very active in, doing their best to not only really see the innovation in what they're learning, right? Or how they can be innovative with the way that they learn, but also feeling secure in moving forward in that which they're learning and then being able to bring something innovative to the masses. All right. Luna's going to quartile Mercury next after this. Very interesting. Quartiling Mercury. That's taking place about 39 minutes after 1,800 hours. 1,800 hours, 38 minutes, 58 seconds to be exact. Luna's there at 18 degrees, Sagittarius, 2 minutes, right? And Mercury is Mercury, right? Luna square Mercury. 18 degrees, Pisces, right? 2 minutes. All right, it's definitely in the 6th house. So 3rd and 6th house here, they're 4 houses apart again. So when it comes to home, property, ancestors, right? Security, old time security, right? Here again, people in their travels, I think this is where people are going to be probably doing a lot of something that they do daily for their spiritual development and soundness in their mind. Maybe people are coming together and affirming energy in a way for people that are long distance from them, people that are maybe foreign to them, people may be having some type of sympathy or some type of communication with one another about the instituting of some foreigners or foreign energy and how the security or insecurities pertaining to that topic are taking place. So I think there's where the people will have a bit of a time with that amongst themselves. I think community meetings will take place, especially when dealing with or talking about foreign policy and foreign affairs. All right. And finally, Luna is going to sextile Venus, right? Well, for the 3rd, its final aspect on the 3rd. Luna is there at 20 degrees Sagittarius, 25 minutes in the 2nd house. Venus is at 20 degrees Aquarius, 25 minutes in the 3rd. All right. It's definitely in the 3rd because it's 20 degrees. The 4th house cusp is at 23 degrees. So that Venus is definitely in front of that house cusp. It's just a packed 3rd house, of course. Right. And so we can see most of the planets are here. Right. Except Jupiter and Uranus are Taurus. So here going through their setting. Right. However, with this being said right here, 2nd house, we already know is values, 3rd house is communicating. So here again, when people are, the people can communicate some kind of values, maybe evaluation, maybe really when it comes to their possessions and maybe they're communicating strongly about how they value not only their possessions, but how their possessions are affected by foreign policy. And with that, I yield the floor. So now we see that the sun will rise on the 4th. All right. Sunrise on the 4th. At 14 degrees, Pisces, 23 minutes, taking place at 0600 hours, 38 minutes and 15 seconds. 14 degrees is a Taurus degree. So this is, we look at Sun as creativity, Taurus is values, Pisces is spirituality. So we can actually value some creative spirituality for our everyday, alrighty, our everyday or daily routine at home. Alrighty, so this is here where people may do breathing practices like yoga practices, or maybe that's a part of their breathing practices, right? Doing yoga and, you know, a bit of sun gazing and really even studying and reading some things that's metaphysical. And here is where, you know, some nourishment and some enjoyment pertaining to such is going to take place, right? Let me get the other nail, baby. Let me get it, right? So with that being said, because he's going at this, yeah, he's scratching at it. This man is hilarious, man. Oh, I need to get nails. You gonna hold that real quick? Don't put it in your mouth. Hold on. Get under this. All right. Straight up in his mouth. All right. So on the 4th, we only have 3 transits here. All righty. So Luna and Neptune. All right. Luna and Neptune, they're quartile after sunrise, actually. All righty. And this is the last aspect the moon makes before going forward, of course, actually. So it's the last aspect it makes in Sagittarius before going forward, of course, and ingressing into Capricorn about 5 hours and 35 minutes later. So Luna's here, 26 degrees, Sagittarius, 53 minutes. All righty. Neptune is at 26 degrees, Pisces, 53 minutes. Again, we have another 7-11 here, guys. That's the third 7-11 transit that's taking place. Okay, so when it comes to spirituality and spiritual institutions, I think here is where, you know, the congregation, you know, and how the people are seeing, you know, overall, how are relationships affected by the overall congregation. I think this is going to, you know, this is going to be a means for people to really satisfy, really getting to the bottom of how relationships are affected by some type of congregational, or we'll just say congressional, because that's the same thing, even if we're not speaking in terms of the federal corporation. You know, and when I say federal corporation, I'm talking about 28 USC 3002 Part 15. If you guys go and check the definitions for what the United States actually is, it's a federal corporation. So that's not what I mean when I say congressional. But in terms of congregation, maybe it's your place where you go to exercise your spirit, right? And in exercising your spirit, what will be evaluated is how, you know, relationships are affected by that. And some people may find that the congregation and their views may not be reflective of the views that people have within their own relationships. And I think people here will be making hard core decisions for the benefit of their relationship and not for the benefit of the congregation, especially if it's not sensible. Alrighty. And if it seems a bit, you know, what's the word? Unrealistic, and maybe even may come across as controlling, right? When people are trying to control how people are in their relationships and things of that nature. Right? So I think that's going to come to the forefront. Also, then Luna goes void, of course. Alrighty, for about 5 hours and 35 minutes. And while Luna is void, of course, Mercury and Uranus are going to have a sextile between them. I think that's a pretty beneficial sextile, guys. The only thing I can say with this here, off the top of my head immediately, before I even bring up the chart, is, guys, schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session with Brother Hasan Bey. And you guys know I have more than just that. It's just that if I just promote the Mirror session, that's where you come to learn about astrology, to learn how to read your own natal chart. If that's not your interest, then of course, you know, I also give readings, especially for people. I think one of the most beneficial readings is for you to know how your day-to-day is going to go. And you know, it depends on you how long you want to do it. My rate is 153 units per hour. For those of you that want to hear it another way, $153 an hour, all right? So you want to sit with me for an hour or two? Just have your 153 ready, all right? Again, with the promo code REFLECT, right? Mommy, don't know it, man. With the promo code REFLECT, however, you guys can get the Mirror AstroLiteracy session, even, and I know it's 3 hours long. Instead of, exchanging 459 units in lieu of Lawful money, you can get it for $279.99 when mentioning the promo code REFLECT, all right? So with that being said, did I hit that button one too many times? I did not. Okay, I did good. Mercury, alrighty, is here, 19 degrees Pisces, 42 minutes, and it looks like it is in the 8th house, right? And Uranus is there, 19 degrees Taurus, 42 minutes in the 10th, right? And again, this is a communication amount of houses apart from each other. 8, 9, 10 is 1, 2, 3 houses. Right. So, of course, with Uranus being 3 houses away from Mercury, this is where maybe even there will be a shock in the communication pertaining to astrology, especially when ones, get to a internationally certified professional astrologer. And again, I'm not bragging, just giving you guys detail and truth. All righty. You ready to go to mommy now? Okay. So there you go. All right, so that communication too will allow people to find some balance. All righty, 19 degrees is a Libra degree, so you can really find some serious balance in that communication. May appear shocking to you because you may be able to see that there is some actual value that's being shared with a spiritual exercise such as astrology. You'll find the value in metaphysics, and just the shock will just come from the accuracy that you will see take place. So again, schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session with Brother Hasan Ghazi-Obey. And again, that is during the moon for the course. So Luna then ingresses Capricorn, alrighty, at about 15 minutes after 1600 hours, alrighty. So after its 5-hour and 35-minute void course, again, moon void course is buyers or more. So between 10:40 a.m. Eastern and 4:15 p.m. Eastern, make no major transactions, guys, at all. All right, make no major decisions. Right, wait to make your decisions. Either make your decisions before 10:40 anti-meridian Eastern, adjust your time zones accordingly. Make your decisions and major transactions before 10:40 anti-meridian Eastern or after 4:15 post-meridian Eastern. So at 1600 hours, 14 minutes and 49 seconds, or 4:14:49 post-meridian Eastern, we see that Luna's entered Capricorn. And again, in Capricorn, Luna is exiled by traditional, astrology and modern also. So it feels a bit out of place. However, Luna at 0 degrees Capricorn in the 5th house has the means to really just, be creative in structuring the home. This is, again, probably a means of a bit of the pre-spring cleanup energy, right? So enjoy doing that. Also, find a way to, nurture children with, something structural, something that will, maybe there's an interest in a certain discipline. Maybe it's karate. Maybe it's the discipline of astrology that you can share with a little one, right? So, with that being said, guys, the next sunrise for the 5th, right? Sunrise taking place 0600 hours, 36 minutes and 43 seconds, as you guys can see here. Sun's going to be at 15 degrees Pisces, 23 minutes. 15 degrees is a Geminian degree. Alrighty, so related to Gemini, I think here's where we can shine a light on how we communicate every day with people, especially when it comes to children. Maybe also when it comes to our creative communication, maybe we're also paying attention to how people communicate to our inner child within. And really this is where we can really pay attention and really take note to how we prefer to communicate and to be communicated with. All right. And in the first transit, this one is after sunrise also. It is a lunar Saturnian sextile that's taking place. You're hilarious, man. Lunar Saturnian sextile taking place at about 37 minutes after 1000 hours. 1000 hours, 37 minutes, and 27 seconds to be exact. 10:37:27 anti-meridian Eastern. Adjust your time zones accordingly. As always, guys, that you know, I'm giving these testimonies from our perspective here near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic. Alrighty, so we have Luna there, 10 degrees, Capricorn, 29 minutes in the 8th house. Alrighty, and Saturn is here at 10 degrees, Pisces, 29 minutes in the 10th. A little bit of accidental dignity there. All right, for Saturn, as far as the 10th house is concerned. All righty. What's interesting too, because we have intercepted houses here, right? And intercepted houses is when you have two house cusps in one sign, which means we got intercepted signs here, and what's intercepted is Libra and Aries in this particular tropical regiomontanous house system chart that I'm just using particularly for this presentation. However, with Saturn being the final dispositor for this, and even including to a certain degree Uranus, however, Uranus is under the dispositorship of Venus, which is back under the dispositorship of Saturn, traditionally speaking. Here's where people can thoroughly communicate, the goals that they want to meet, and this effective, accurate goals. Like Saturn can also be one who is about career-oriented goals. And the only way they can be reached is if each thing was done accordingly, where you can't skip a step, miss a step, or cut corners. So here, when it comes to people, their career, how they work, and how they really institute the means about making short distances in as far as how ones are evolving in a certain career choice or a craft that they're good at. I think here is where the people will be able to either get some advice or give some advice pertaining to that topic. All right. So next we have a Luna Jupiterian trine taking place. All right. Luna Jupiterian trine. And that's at about 30 minutes after 1300 hours. 1300 hours, 30 minutes, 18 seconds, or 1:30:18 post-meridian Eastern. Luna's there at 12 degrees Capricorn, 9 minutes. In the 6th house, Jupiter is 12 degrees Taurus, 9 minutes in the 10th. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses apart they are. And what's interesting when it comes to if it comes to a group activity, not only a group activity, but the people being able to maybe there's like this secret party that someone's having, but it's like all pertaining to people that work together. So I guess if this is dealing with a group of people that work together, maybe there's some type of party. Maybe there's a bit of overindulgence too that is probably being checked also. So this could also be a shorting of some supply at work, whether it's actually like ink, paper, maybe it's even coffee. It could be like a shortness in that particular supply. All righty, and then the shortness with that particular supply. This here is where the people will go back and evaluate, like, how did it get like that? Did we really abuse having this particular thing, and now we have to make some cutbacks or some shortenings because of the overindulgence of use of that particular item? And it's very workplace oriented, this particular transit. All right. So next, we have a solar lunar sextile is taking place about 1 minute after 2000 hours. 2000 hours, 1 minute to be exact, right? And Luna's here, 15 degrees Capricorn, 57 minutes. The sun is at 15 degrees Pisces, 57 minutes, and they are both in the fourth and sixth houses. Again, there's that communication energy. I think here, when it comes to nurturing the youth or mother and father in terms of the youth, I think here's where we can be able to allow the youth to be able to have a daily routine where they're able to really possess a certain structure where even them themselves begin to get like a grasp for doing something daily in a way that they even found their own little system in how to get it done. However, also when it comes to the people's their own creativity in their daily routine, this is where people will find, I guess, their own little mode of how to do something. Like if you're someone who works on an assembly line, here is where you actually get a certain muscle memory down pat and you recognize how efficient you are in your movements to help your proficiency on that particular assembly line, so to speak. And with that, we're going to move on to the sixth, all righty? And here, where we have sunrise taking place at 16 degrees Pisces, 23 minutes. That is very interesting. Sunrise at 16 degrees Pisces, 23 minutes, right? For the 6th March, 2024. It's taking place at 0600 hours, 35 minutes, and 13 seconds. Here, alrighty, is 16 degrees is a Cancer degree. Alrighty. So I think it's funny how I'm thinking about like children and at home or instituting some things. I really think, however, this is where sharing a spiritual exercise with the youth will really come in handy. Maybe this is you doing yoga with your little one. Maybe here also this is where you can help to get some interpretation of a dream that a little one may bring to you. And maybe you'll be able to, help them decipher that particular dream, or maybe you'll be able to see with what they shared about a particular vision they had, or maybe they were daydreaming about something or an idea that they want to share. You'll be able to, help bring that to fruition. J. Alexander Dixon says, peace and love, fam. Peace to you, bro. Indeed. All righty. So before sunrise, we have a lunar Uranian trine. All right. Lunar Uranian trine taking place for sunrise. Right. And Luna's there at 19 degrees Capricorn, 44 minutes. Uranus, of course, is there at 19 degrees Taurus, 44 minutes. They are in the 1st and 5th houses, 5 houses away, of course, from one another. The sudden changing in one's values. So you can make some sudden changes in your own, in the way that you value creative expression. Maybe even here, this is someone who, I don't know, maybe you're up late night. You're up 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Because it's happening at 2:28:11 anti-meridian Eastern, right? However, this is only maybe 11 o'clock Pacific, right? 11:28 Pacific. And here is where you may actually get some download, some Akashic download, and you get this, this idea. All I would say is write this idea down. Alrighty, and be able to commit to what it is that you're going to adopt. Is a decision that you're going to make, especially when it comes to how you're communicating to other people. Alrighty, because what you would like to begin to structure within yourself is a means to find some divine balance in how you're, being a part of a group. Alrighty. And so maybe there's some honesty that needs to take place, or some being outspoken a little more instead of being passive, that you'll find, you just have a spark, an undulation, an Akashic download that helps to promote that idea within you. And next we have a lunar mercurial sextile that's taking place after that transit. About an hour and 19 minutes, it's looking like, after sunrise. 0700 hours, 54 minutes, 25 seconds. We see Luna's there at 22 degrees Capricorn, 58 minutes. In the 10th house, Mercury's at 22 degrees Pisces, 58 minutes. In the 12th, 10th and 12th, right? They're 3 houses apart. The 10th house deals with the essentials that we just kept one term. Essentials, public view, status, right? The public in general, in certain cases. 12th house, hospitals, closure, isolation, right? Spirituality. So maybe even here, what is brought to the people, even that maybe it's at work, maybe you're at work, maybe there's a suggestion that's made in a meeting for work via Zoom. What's actually taking place, what's communicated is a help to get people to better, themselves, better structure themselves. Maybe there's an offering to do some type of exercise that most people would look at as spiritually based, but for politically correct purposes, it isn't shared in that fashion. It might just be shared generically as, hey, let's have a breathe, stretch, shake, let it go session. All right, so that all at work can feel relieved to be better able to do their work even more. However, if you're someone who quote unquote works from home, like myself, this will be an ample opportunity to make sure you're actually doing more of your spiritual exercises, grounding, sun gazing, making sure you're doing your yogic stretches if that's your choice, prior to taking on any study or work. All right. Next, we see that Luna's going to sextile Neptune, right? Look at these sextiles taking place, right? And here's where we have some the people have a growth opportunity in the institution, all right? That some everyday growth opportunity when it comes to actually instituting their own knowledge, right? If there was something that they studied and they want to actually start putting it into place when it comes to their everyday work. We see Luna's here, 26 degrees, Capricorn, 57 minutes in the 6th house, which deals with daily routine, and also deals with health, of course, pets, restaurants, even. Some will say open enemies or hidden enemies, right? And we go 1, 2, 3, 4 houses away. We see in the 9th house, we have Neptune at 26 degrees Pisces, 57 minutes, right? What we actually see here, however, what it is that we actually see here is, a means to really be able to have a communication with relatives, right? Because 9th house is the communication house, the social communication house, right? Relatives is the 7th house, or just others in general is the 7th house, right? Let me use 6th house, forgive me. 6th house is just, your daily routine and those that you may work with. The reason why it's called open enemies and sometimes hidden enemies, even though it deals with daily routine in the 6th house, because people, if they are working together in a particular place outside of the home, these people are all competing for position and paycheck. So that's why it can be looked at as such. However, this is where, if we looked at 6th house in the daily routine and 9th house being how communication is related in the daily routine, I think this is where maybe some emailing, or maybe there's even some type of like text prompt protocol now where people can kind of quick message each other, alrighty, for quicker purposes. Like if the email is too long, they have now instituted some software that allows communication a lot quicker to people within, particularly within large organizations, or maybe even on a college campus. There's some new form of communication taking place amongst those that work on that particular campus, all right? Maybe there's some new walkie-talkie system that's happening, getting new walkie-talkies, right? Maybe it's security on a campus, a college campus, right? So Luna's void of course here, right? So once Luna is void of course there, for its 5 hours and 3 minutes, Luna will ingress Aquarius, guys. All righty. So Luna's ingressing Aquarius. All right. At about 38 minutes after 1900 hours, 38 minutes and 9 seconds, so 7:38:09 post meridian Eastern. Luna's ingressing Aquarius in the fourth house, accidental dignity in the fourth. If we kept it simple, people sharing, or people sharing homes. So when it comes to, maybe people sharing homes, maybe the topic of that is coming up, maybe means of people in their communities thinking about moving close together. I know that's something that is definitely paramount and needed within the Moorish community. I guess sometimes people's pride don't want to speak about it openly because they look at it as airing out dirty laundry or whatever as far as the community is concerned. However, I really think that it's no secret. And I think a lot of people are dealing with realizing that coming together is really most important. And so I think that's what needs to be communicated and shared. And I think people are going to probably get a bit of a shock from something that they're going to maybe see on the internet, so to speak, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, I can't believe that that is actually, what's being talked about, taking place." May even be to the point where when you see it, you'll be like, "Brother Hasan had mentioned that," when that takes place. And finally, after that, we have Luna and Pluto conjunct, right? This is where the people transform. Look at this. And it's happening in the third house, right? People transform. How are they transforming? Well, they're transforming through some sudden change, right? Aquarius is sudden change. Aquarius is sharing. Aquarius is hopes and wishes. So maybe those hopes and wishes are actually coming true because there's a brief communication. Maybe it's an email. Maybe it's a letter of some sort. Maybe it's somebody travels to you, right? Someone travels to your home and has some transformative message to share with you, right? And maybe you're waiting on some electronic to be delivered also. That could be something also. But mostly I think the people here will be able to go through some type of transmutation or transformation when it comes to some form of communication taking place. It could also be a communication of, I'm not a doom and gloom astrologer, but it may be also be a communication of a loved one that may have transitioned. And now you have to make a decision of if you're going to be someone that participates in those festivities. What also is taking place here may also be a means for the people to leave one thing they were doing and now grow to another. So this is graduation energy also. So if this is a graduation for you, allow yourself to move on in a very noble fashion, keeping your head up high. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions for I? Going once. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going once. Schedule your Mirror Astro Literacy session with I, Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey. I look forward to you guys getting your session with me. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going to get Twiz eyes. All right. Remember, guys, things are gonna definitely change here when it comes to 7HealStar, guys. We already know things. Regardless, you see, it's just me or a group. Either way, Brother Hasan's going to be at the forefront of whatever it is that I do when it comes to astrology and civics, as far as jurisprudence is concerned. Because I'm thinking I want to go into graduation myself, just to be forthcoming. And with that being said, I may have some new ways or new things I want to share on 7HealStar. Doing the weather reports, that's fine. It's really nothing. I know a lot of you guys look forward to it. However, I think I want to more encourage people to kind of start coming to me for readings. I can give you some personal transits for you to look at. This is just mundane. All right. This is something that's general. You may see it happening directly to you or not. You may observe it happening from other people when I'm going over these transits within this. However, I would like to encourage, like a few people that are actually here in the chat and have commented in the chat. They are very active in looking at their transits every day. Shout out to all the TVPAC members, especially those that actually show up. Right. And those that donate, it's really only a handful of you that are donating. However, I appreciate you guys for being consistent and just being sincere. right? Because I get it. We will probably be bringing in more donations from people or people supporting us more if there was some um, harmful ratchetness, I guess, being sure, right? Like harmful ratchetness, I guess. But I'm very thankful and grateful. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going thrice. This is the part where I say be yourselves and donate. All right. You guys will see the Cash App in the description once I am complete. Alrighty, and with that being said, guys, I gotta get on to this Amiki Kuria group. I love you all. This is where I say to you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace out.